The glossopharyngeal and vagus nerves can be tested together. Begin by noticing their voice. It records. Ask the patient to cough. Their inability to create an explosive cough is defined as bovine, which is rather gradual in character. Then ask the patient to open the mouth and with a torch examine the uvula and the tonsillar arches. Ask the patient to say ah. That's fine, thank you. Do the uvula and the arches elevate symmetrically? Does the uvula elevate and deviate to one side? The side to which deviation occurs signifies the stronger side. Therefore, the opposite side is affected by weakness of the palatal muscles. Now test for
swallowing reflex.
Tilt for the excursion. So go ahead and swallow your spit for me. Excellent. And one more time. It's harder to swallow than someone's strong. I would start with probably some ice chips here. And I'm going to take one, chew it, and then feel for how quickly, how timely the swallow is by feeling the laryngeal elevation and forward tilt. This gives me information about how the
Ice now, a sip of water from Dinamica.
Now test for a gag reflex. With an orange soap, touch each side of the posterior pharyngeal wall just behind the pillars of the fauces. If you haven't got clear access, then depress the tongue with a wooden spatula. Observe the elevation of the uvula and the fauces. Do they elevate at all, and do they rise symmetrically? With the gag reflex, we are testing the glossopharyngeal nerve as the afferent component. The response, or the efferent part in this reflex, is performed by the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve may be affected by lesions in the brainstem, extramedullary lesions, jugular foramen lesions, and with bulbar palsy. Next, assess the hypoglossal nerve. Ask the patient to open their mouth and observe the passively resting tongue on the floor of the mouth. Examine its symmetry, color, and size, and look for evidence of wasting. Observe for a few seconds for the presence of involuntary movements, such as fasciculations. An abnormally large tongue is seen in acromegaly. Then ask the patient to protrude their tongue. Check its shape, symmetry, and evidence of fasciculations. Does it deviate? If there is deviation, then the stronger side will push the tongue towards the weak side. Finally, assess the strength of the tongue by asking the patient to push their tongue against the inside of their cheek whilst you palpate its strength from the outside. Weakness and fasciculation of the tongue may signify motor neuron disease or a lesion affecting these nuclei or their tracts.